Hey guys, welcome back to another game. We have a limited game here. So that means that this is part of the draft. And I'll post the deck list in chat. And I'll put them in the description of the video. Hey guys, welcome back to another game. We have a... So we have Sideshow versus Westie here. And then the other match will be Travis versus Woodwin, and this is a double elimination bracket. So I think this will be really fun to show off like what L5R is capable of. Interesting. For some reason, Sideshow's... Oh, there we go. It's because he had to use Mountaintop Statuary. Okay. So we see a flop of Mountaintop Statuary, Miwaku Kabe, Caillou Envoy, Shinjo Outrider for Westie, and then Sideshow gets Warrior Poet, Miyamoto Prodigy, Atomo Courtier, and so we have Lion Stronghold versus Crane Stronghold. Sideshow's drafted Keeper of Water with all of the minus effects in the game, Shoju, and the Crane Stronghold. So we're going to see how that plays out. Whereas Westie has a ton of attachments. So Westie buys Envoy with one. Westie does not have the Way of the Crab. Sideshow actually does, so we don't have to worry about that happening. So we see 2 on the Outrider, 2 on the Warrior Poet. Good to note is that Widwin actually has the Assassination in this group, so that means that nobody else will have Assassination. The way this format is it's just one of every available card. The only multiples in this format are provinces, like both players can have the same provinces, and then also Keepers and Seeker Initiates. When you draft your roll, you get gifted 2 of whatever monk that goes with your roll. So, let's see. Sideshow bids 4, Westie bids 3. Westie was first to pass because he was first player. Of note, the way the honor... So, because the decks are smaller in this game, when you run out of cards in this game, or in this version of the game, you will lose 3 honor and not 5. So, we see Envoy poking in, hits Pilgrimage. Not going to do much here. I don't think Westie's going to be... Contesting water is interesting also. It would have been worthwhile for Sideshow maybe to defend that and get a Fate from Keeper Water. Westie is Seeker of Air. So now we see a Legion of One, and then we see Favorable Ground moving in. So this Envoy is swole. Westie did kick the Legion of One, so it's up to 7 now. Warrior Power reduces the skill, so it's now 8-2 after Yojin no Shiro. It's back to 7-2. Still breaking. Does Sideshow have anything? He's got 8 cards in hand. Any military buff is really all he needs. He does have Miyamoto's Fury also. Sideshow has the one Miyamoto's Fury. We see a duelist training from Westie. Oh man, that's sick. This envoy is just gonna go battle. It is interesting though because the duelist training is gonna die after this. But if he gets a break out of it, let's see if it's worth it. I probably would have passed here because he was breaking and made Sideshow play another card. Sideshow does have the one bonsai also. He has the bonsai, and what else could he have here? Any of his attachments would be really useful here. We see Jade Tetsubo being attached to the Warrior Poet. 7-5. Now, Westie can just bow this Warrior Poet if he wants because he's still up. It just was going to cost him a lot of honor. Sideshow bids 5, Westie bids 4. Ends up being bowed. Sideshow pays... Sideshow discards... Oh, Sideshow has to pay the 1 honor, and so he decides to pay it in cards, not honor. So he discards the Way of the Lion because it's not that useful. That's fair. Diglett wins and breaks. And so... bows the Courtier also because it's Water Ring. Sideshow passes the first conflict opportunity. Now the Outrider is going to be able to go battle. He needs a buff. I think Westie realized he needed a buff before entering combat. The use box. This is a good old use box moment. Alright, the players are figuring it out. So he runs into Manicured Garden. And then we see Seal of the Dragon, giving it three political. Gives it 3 political, and it gives it the monk trait. Westie plays Ageless Crone into the conflict, interestingly. It's going to get bowed by the Stronghold. It will make Sideshow's events cost 1, though. Sideshow didn't use box! Sideshow, no! Sideshow, you have this Crane Stronghold. You drafted the Crane Stronghold. You gotta use it, man. Come on. Alright, so we see... So Shinjo Outrider moves in to prevent unopposed, and he hits Shameful Display with Milwaukee Kabe on it. Holy crap. So now this Outrider is just huge, having 2 glory. Sideshow does win the conflict 1-0. He's probably going to use this firing to honor the Warrior Poet. Yeah. Now the Warrior Poet is honored with this Tetsubo. It can go off. So Westie's going to lose his duelist training, but he's going to get a fate and a card out of it because the envoy dies. So the board is definitely... That turn definitely favors Westie. He got 2 breaks, got his Outrider honor, and removed the fate off the Warrior Poet. So we see Haughty Magistrate, Solemn Scholar, Steadfast Samurai, and Keeps the Prodigy. For Westie, we see Yokuni, Blackmail Artist, Gifted Tactician, leaving Milwaukee Kabe on top of his Shameful Display, which is reasonable. 6 strange Shameful Display is pretty hard to beat. We see Yokuni bought with only 1 fate. Man, that's disrespectful. If you're gonna buy Westie passes the in first fate. Is Westie just gonna try and break? Is that like he's gonna try and win the game? He's really susceptible to the Void Ring here. He's also really susceptible to this Warrior Poet using her Tetsubo. Sideshow bids 1, Westie bids 3. So we see low draws in this. I'm not sure if that's the correct strategy. Like, I do understand that you're gonna lose honor due to your conflict reshuffling, but I would want to draw cards still. So Sideshow hits Fertile Fields. Westie defends because it's Prodigy has to defend with 1 character. Defends with the Outrider. Oh, contesting the Earth Ring. So if Westie wins this, he can use Yokuni to copy Solemn Scholar to bow. We see Guidance of the Ancestors. So it's 3-4. We see Talisman of the Sun being put on Mirror on a Prodigy. This is going to make life difficult for Westie, who does not have any forms of attachment control. Sideshow, I think, has Maya Mystic and Karada District. That is correct, yeah. Sideshow has both of those. Westie doesn't have any, and then Widwin has Let Go and Calling in Favors. Westie says he's thinking. Westie should do whatever he can to win this conflict, I feel. Because if he does, he gets to then just copy Solemn Scholar. Oh, copies the move ability from the Outrider, is he just going to move into this conflict? That's very aggressive. We see rebuild of favorable ground. I would have waited for him to move his guy in. Yeah, I would have waited for my opponent to move in first, then rebuild favorable ground. Then you get to leave with both your opponent's characters committed. Now, Westie doesn't have to commit. He can just save Yokuni for defense. We see Pit Trap. Pit Trap has been played. -1, -1. This item is really, really bad. Yeah, holy crap, that card's bad. So we see Skirmisher into the conflict. So now it is 4-4 again. What does Westie have? Oh, okay, so Westie moves Yokuni in. Sideshow, instead of moving out, moves Warrior Poet in. So he's going to be able to Tetsubo one of these guys, unless Westie has something. Probably gonna Tetsubo Yokuni if I had to guess. Yep, there goes that Yokuni fate. Maybe this was an argument for buying the smaller characters, if it's because the Tetsubo is going away after one turn. Let's see if Westie has anything else. Plays Daimyo's favor on Yokuni. Committing resources to this character that's going to be going away just feels really aggressive. Togashi Kazue! We see Kazue coming out from Westie. This is insane! Alright, so he's just gonna steal he's gonna leech a fate off of this prodigy now. Holy crap. What a swing. This game has been real swingy. So Warrior Poet reduces, creates a break now. Yep, discards Ancestral Daisho. Ooh, that could have been very useful to have around, but we see Yokuni with having an Outrider in play is really sick because you can copy Yokuni. You can have Yokuni copy it and always move into a conflict that has a guy with a fate on it. This is a very large investment, though. Actually, wait. This isn't gonna matter. Sideshow just voids here. Yeah. Hits Manicure Garden. So denies Westie the other Seeker of Air fate. It's also a political conflict, so he has the Crane box. So Westie can't even play a character in here. Yeah, this Kazue play was sweet, but it just is gonna get voided here. And so Westie's down a lot of cards and a lot of resources now. Westie plays Time for War, a card that isn't seen yet because it lie in its keeper role. After you lose a political conflict, choose a Bushi character you control and put a weapon attachment for printing cost 3 or lower into play from your hand or discard pile. Because he discarded the Daisho from the Earth Ring, he actually used Time for War to put it back into play. which is really sick because then since it's ancestral, it'll go back to him. So the Prodigy doesn't ready because of Pit Trap. It can be readied, however, through the Water Ring. We see a Lion flop here from Sideshow. Deathseeker, Gunso, and Steadfast Samurai. And then Westie flops triple... Westie keeps his holding, flops 2 more holdings, and Border Rider. I would have just Border Rider 3 Fate, like, just let's do it. So we see Westie passing, getting Fate. We see Sideshow flipping. He's just gonna cast all his guys with no Fate because he has see, I think that's a mistake to play Gunso with Fate, because the Secluded Temple's just gonna knock one off for free. I would have preferred to not, either not play it or just play it no Fate. So Secluded Temple's gonna knock one off. Yep, down to 1. Westie has first attack also. We see Watch Commander on Border Rider. Okay. Border Rider is one of those. It's just like one of, if not the best 2-drop in the game, and it's just so forgotten about because 1, it's in Unicorn, and 2, it's a 2-drop, so it gets assassinated all the time. But this card is just insane. It's got fine stats, and it's got literally action, just action ready. No requirements. So strong. Test of Skill comes out here. Naming attachment finds Sashimono and above question. Are we gonna see a Sashimono on this Border Rider? We sure are. Are we gonna see the above question as well? Do it. Do it. Yep, there's the above question. Both players bid 3, by the way, for this turn. Alright, so Border Rider's coming in, probably going to be military. The Border Rider does have to watch out for political attack. It still only has 2 political, so the Crane Stronghold can still bow it. We see Along the River of Gold, which let's Sideshow swap stats. So Sideshow has military favor here. Uses Along the River of Gold to swap Border Rider down to 2 total. We see we see the Outrider moving in. So it's breaking. Sideshow's pass. Looks like we're getting a break here. Dishonors. He's gonna bow the Deathseeker almost assuredly. Yep. Border Rider doesn't bow because of Sashimono. Now, Westie needs to be careful about a political attack. If he has 1 more buff, that would be ideal. Sideshow's Stronghold province is entrenched position. Sideshow attacking political hits Art of War, because Westie is the Lion player. He does get access to the Lion province, so he's chosen Art of War as his water. Westie's just not. I don't think he's going to defend this. Yep, it's air also. There's not much to defend. Uses Magnificent Lighthouse to look at the top 3 cards of Sideshow's conflict deck. Let's see what he's going to discard from it. So you get to discard 1, put 1 on the bottom, and leave 1 on top. Has him discard Fair Accord. That's such a troll. So Sideshow wins 1-0. Or is winning, hasn't won yet. Sideshow passes. Westie loses the honor. Does Sideshow gain 2 or steal 1? That's the question. Sideshow just gains 2. Now, does Westie have another political buff? Because the buff question is just protection from events, if I remember. Yeah, it doesn't protect him from the stronghold. Oh, actually, it doesn't matter now because Westie can use the Border Rider's ability to ready itself. So actually, he doesn't have to worry about the Crane Stronghold. But we do. Oh, we see a pacifism. Sideshow plays pacifism on Border Rider. So pacifism canceling out Sashimono. Yeah. Both played 2 cost attachments to cancel each other out because Sashimono is only in military and this character can't participate in military now. Alright, so Westie's gonna do political. I'll probably go fire here, honor my Border Rider. Get the fate off. You could also void off the Gunso if you wanted. You could Earth Ring, all are reasonable. Goes for fire, gets the fate. We see Crane Stronghold bowing his character. We're gonna see ready. Yep. If I'm Sideshow, I just pass here. Make Westie keep playing cards. I don't think he has enough political buffs to break this. Yep. Westie wins. Gonna honor his Border Rider more than... That's not correct. Oh, plays Spies at Court. Plays Spies at Court, dishonoring his Border Rider. He's gonna then re-honor his Border Rider. Discards Sideshow to discard Harmonize and Court Mask. Court Mask is a pretty big hit because it does let him recur. Spies at Court, jeez. So Westie gets favor. He's gonna get his Daisho back to his hand and gain honor off of his Outrider dying. Sideshow's gonna lose a lot. What was Sideshow's last province? He could have used Talisman of the Sun. Oh, that's a mistake from Sideshow. Sideshow should have Talismaned to his last province, face down province, which is Meditations on the Tao, and that would have removed the one remaining fate off of this. We see a really strong flop from Sideshow. The main problem is that they all flopped onto broken provinces. And Westie flips Iron Mine. Iron Mine, Inventor, and Kaizen. Plays Inventor, 1 fate. Probably see Kaizen here also. We see Hiroe from Sideshow. He can just political attack and then pull people in and bow them out with the Crane Stronghold. Really strong. Yeah, Sideshow played that Talisman and then didn't use it. I feel like he just forgot about it. Sideshow passes first, gains the fate. Westie doesn't play a character. Westie bids 4, Sideshow bids 3. Some really conservative bids, but we see why. Westie's conflict deck is down to 8 cards now because of that test of skill. So, Westie plays Oni Mask on Caillou Inventor. Oh, this is sick. So, he can remove the fate off of his Inventor to stop Hiroe from hooking his guy in with the Oni Mask if he wants. Pretty easy attack on the Manicure Garden here. He could be sending in his Gunso just to get the fate off. Yeah, he's just sending the Gunso in. Sends it in an Art of War. I'm not sure if I defend here from Westie. It is tough if Sideshow plays any military buff. Like if he just plays a Bonsai with no kicker, that means he wins the Void Ring and then he also doesn't break your Art of War. It's tough. Let's see what Westie decides to do. we see no defense. We see Seal of the Crab, giving him that one military he needs. So he's going to void off the Border Rider, if I had to guess. And then Sideshow has 4 political with the Crane Stronghold. Really hard for him to lose on this attack. Yep, and so this character becomes Pride makes him not dishonored anymore. Westie's down to 9 honor. It is only -3 when you refresh your deck, though. Alright, how's Westie gonna play this, is the real question. So we'll see a military attack here then. Military Earth, if I had to guess. Get that fate. And then, if it's since it's military, the Border Rider cannot be hooked in by Hero A because it cannot participate. Yeah, pacifism says it cannot participate. Basically, it turns this military into a dash. Does Sideshow even defend here is the real question. Sideshow does not defend. He's just like, whatever, dude. Can you get to 12? And I think the answer is no. Yep. Sideshow. Oh! Sideshow has Vengeful Oathkeeper. That's sick. So now he gets to put in a guy that he can get an attack in with. Sideshow discards Grasp of Earth. A fine discard. He can't play that card right now. He has no Shugenja. Oh, and we see Indomitable Will from Westie. So his character remains unbound also. Okay, okay. We see Sideshow attacking with both into the Iron Mine. Westie wants to protect this, so he defends with both. We're going to see Crane Stronghold bow the Inventor, if I had to guess. Or he's just going to force the Border Rider to use this ability here. Also, Westie defends with both because then the Hero A doesn't have a target to pull. Westie plays Method on his Border Rider. Manicure Garden gains a fate. He's used that already. We're going to see Border Rider ready itself. Or no. I guess he could not ready it and then use it to attack. But there's not really a good ring to attack. That's the problem. Like if I can win this, if I can win and prevent this firing. We see Ambusher coming in here. Gonna Ambusher and I guess just blink Hero A's ability. Yep. So, but then we see Fiery Madness from Sideshow. Sideshow is losing some honor here. There's a Watch Commander in here. We have Way of the Dragon! Way of the Dragon and Border Rider. Oh, that's so sick. This Border Rider is so swole. But yeah, we're missing a Scorpion attachment on the Border Rider for the full every single clan's attachment. So Westie wins the conflict, then uses the Border Rider's ability to ready itself again. Oh, and then attacks Sideshow's other province to get rid of the Crisis Breaker. Strong, that's strong. Contesting air also. Loses one, is going to steal one. Gains two. Yeah, that's reasonable. So if you gain two, you protect yourself from decking out. So now he can bid still keep bidding aggressively. So we see Iron Mine is gonna save this Border Rider, and then we see Ambusher is a 0/0 right now, and Inventor is a 3/1 with a Oni mask. This has been a really awesome game. Like, it's been full of action. A lot of plays. I guess when all of your cards are good and you get to draft them how you want, it's pretty sweet. We see Westie still keeping Milwaukee Kabu, and we see Swordsmith and Guardian. Guardian's really sick because he's kept this holding, and we see Tomato Chan. Now, I'm assuming he's going to play Guardian, maybe Guardian 1 Fate, Guardian 2 Fate. We see Sinister Soshi come out from Sideshow, and we're probably going to see Moto Juro here. Could see Artisan Intimidating Heat also, but Moto Juro's really sick. This is the real Unicorn Champion. He is really awesome, but does not look like we're going to see him, or we'll see him 2 Fate at the end, because we see Artisan coming out here. There he is. Moto Juro 2 Fate. What are the I'm bidding 5 of them Sideshow here. Sideshow bids 4, Westie bids 3. I need cards like if I'm gonna win this game if I'm Sideshow. Like, I feel like bidding 4 is just too conservative. Swordsmith activation, 4 cards left in his deck. Does he find an attachment? I think Westie has 15 attachments in his 30 card deck. Yeah. Half of Westie's deck is attachments. Westie gets Kamayari. Sideshow has two Shugenja now, so he plays Embrace the Void on Moto Juro. And we see, I think this is the perfect gift. Ooh, Westie can take Good Omen. No, he doesn't have any guys with 3 that cost 3 or more. So Westie gives Sideshow Voice of Honor. And what else is what's he gonna take for himself? Seal of the Crane, maybe? Chooses Good Omen with no targets. Interesting. Straight Z, this is, so we did a draft where both players had access to there were 4 players. All 4 players had access to one of every single card in L5R, and then you basically did we drafted 30 card decks. And so these are the people playing their decks. There's no restriction on influence or anything like that, and it's pretty sick. You get to see some really, really cool things, like this Border Rider with the rainbow attachments. So we see everyone coming in. This is going to be a military attack, I think. Yeah, for sure. This has definitely been very interesting. And fortunately, the online client lets us play with these mishmash decks. The deck lists are in chat if you can see them. I did post them. So we see military. Sideshow Sideshow is still choosing defenders, it looks like. Defense with Moto Juro, yeah. Thanks, Kibosh. We do have two the other 2 drafters will be playing later, and their decks are also very different. Like, so I think this is a really cool format. I think the players had a lot of fun doing it, and I hope it's a good viewing experience, because this is just some really cool interactions. So Moto Juro defends 12-5. We see Lion Stronghold coming in real handy here, adding +4 for Westie, so it's 12 to 5. We see Guardian giving... Oh, Mountaintop Statuary is in play, so that's a holding, which gives him +4/+4. Holy crap, that's so good. I might have played my Guardian with 2 Fate then if Mountaintop Statuary is always going to be there. That's such a good interaction that you just always can have a holding. So Westie can only get to +11, can't get to the needed +12. If he had taken military favor, he would have been able to do so. Is that Fallen in battle? Oh my god, we see Fallen in battle. Fallen in battle. I think it's actually a pretty sick tech card, because if your opponent doesn't expect it, they can just get blown out like Sideshow just did here. It lets you kill a participating character. So we see Sideshow going political at Manicure Garden. Probably gonna pull. Yeah, he's gonna pull. Oh, no. Westie defense. Okay, that's smart. Sideshow should probably pull somebody else just to try and dishonor them. Westie passes. We see Captive Audience, which bows out the Border Rider because it's a military conflict now. Okay. I don't like that because it doesn't do anything. Like, playing Captive Audience there is the same as letting the combat resolve as normal. Yeah, it just lets the combat resolve as normal. Interesting. He could have also just played it on the Stronghold attack and defended with Hero A. I think I would have liked that better. And then you have your Soshi and your Artisan. So the Artisan now no longer has anyone to buff with her ability. Is the main issue here. Political 6 needs 7 to break. Sideshow passes, Westie passes. Sideshow loses an honor. Sideshow is down to 6 honor. This Border Rider, the terror that is the Border Rider, is finally going to die now. Bows the Artisan, so if Sideshow can't get favor, he can ready his Border Rider one more time. But doesn't matter, he's still gonna get favor. So the Border Rider tower is gonna die now. But Westie does have a really good board here with Swordsmith and Guardian. If I'm Westie, I'm resetting my deck this turn, so my Swordsmith can go. Oh, this is a sick flop from Westie. He's going second though, not as strong. And we see Shoju come out for Sideshow. Shoju a keeper, a rumor monger, and a Mia Mystic. He might buy Shoju Mystic, so like Shoju 2 Mystic, but decides for rumor monger 0 and probably Shoju 2. Having all broken provinces is pretty impactful here, because Sideshow's Dynasty deck is really being depleted. Oh, okay, sure. Sounds good. Yeah, it sounds good, woman. I would totally be in for it to cast it right after. So we see LPB 1, Spirit Caller 2. Let's check out some of these Spirit Caller targets. We have Yokuni, Border Rider, Blackmail Artist, Kaizen, and we do see Tomato Chan. So if he ends up he could defend. Oh no, wait, Shoju. Shoju is unique. Never mind. So we see both players bid 1. We see Westie use contingencies planned to go up to 2. And so yeah, so Westie loses 5, but then he only loses 2 or 3 because the rules. So let's see how this is gonna go here. Sideshow passes first conflict opportunity. This is really tough. This Lion's Pride brawler is just gonna bow at the board here. Like, he's gonna bow Shoju for sure. Has not used Swordsmith yet. Needs to use Swordsmith. Now that he has all of his good attachments back in his deck. If he gets Wave the Dragon, oh, he only has 1 Fate. No, he can get one off of a ring. If he gets Wave the Dragon, he can Wave the Dragon his Lion's Pride brawler, and bow two characters. Still hasn't used Swordsmith. That's a pretty important thing to use. How does this card read? Oops. Huh. Westie could do a political attack? No, that would be suicide, because Kamiari would bow Shoju, but not worth it. Sideshow doesn't defend. We see... Wait, he has Spirit Caller, like... This is insane not to defend. He can Spirit Caller Yokuni copy Lion's Pride Brawler, and then bow both of Sideshow's characters. Sideshow passes. So, it looks like this is going to be the game here. Yep, GG. And so, that is the game. We could potentially have... the other side of the bracket game today. If not, I'll bring it to you as soon as the players can find a time to do it. Game was sick, dude. All right. Well, that was the first draft game. So Sideshow goes to the losers bracket. So he will play whoever loses between Travis and Widwin. So he's not out of this tournament yet. So I will be bringing you more draft games as soon as I can. All right. Till next time, guys. Take care.